Hey guys, Brady here with your daily tennis lesson. So we're looking at the runaround forehand this week, specifically today, the inside in forehand, okay? Some of you might really only know the inside out forehand. The inside in forehand has to do with where I'm hitting this ball to. So I'm still running around my forehand. Inside out, as we talked about yesterday, goes cross court into the ad side of the court to Mark's backhand. Inside in is simply me taking my runaround forehand and hitting it down my line towards an inside ball for Mark, okay? All right, so a couple points on this. First being forehand again, can't get enough of my forehand. Would much prefer to hit more forehands than backhands in a match. So it's my more dominant, more favorite shot from the baseline that I'm hitting. And between me and my landing zone by going down the line, it's the shortest distance that my ball can travel for hitting a big shot. Whereas if I do go inside out and hit to Mark's backhand, yes, I have the ability to open up the court by getting the bounce of the ball going outside the alley, but that, extra distance does also give Mark more time. So by going down the line in certain circumstances gives me kind of a really good chance to hit an outright winner because it's such a shorter distance between my strike and my landing zone, okay? Secondly, we did a week on Wardlaw's directionals, kind of really understanding where the ball is in relation to my body when I'm hitting it. Travel paths of the tennis ball. You guys can check those videos out. What I'm basically going to say about the inside in forehand is that if I did choose to take this as a backhand and go down the line, I think backhand down the line is a much harder shot than playing a forehand down the line. I rarely coach my players to go ahead and try to crack a backhand down the line for a clean winner. Simply just for how the court sets up, feeling a majority of the court behind me is never a great feeling, whereas when I run around my forehand, just feeling all the tennis court out there. Let's say I do go down the line and I miss it by a little bit and it fades more into the middle of the court. Not a huge deal. But I just feel so much more confidence in this narrow flight path of the tennis ball with my forehand than I do with my backhand, and I think that's the same for a lot of you players, okay? Thirdly, not that the inside in forehand is, taboo for the 3-0, 3-5 player. I don't want to kind of call you guys off this shot, but I would say that the inside in forehand is probably a little more geared to a 4-0, 4-5 player. And if my opponent is a similar level to me, a lot of times that I run around my forehand, somebody like Mark has to respect the ability of the inside out forehand to move him off the court. So they're always going to look to get a little bit of a head start on that shot by shading from the very center of the court to about a position where Mark is now. Right now he's about 2 or 3 steps to his left of the center of the court. If I am a really perceptive player, which hopefully we're gaining on that as you guys are upping your level of tennis, I'm going to feel Mark shade over that little bit. And that opens up this shot to be even more of a confident shot, knowing that he now has a little extra distance to cover to go back and get it. So a lot of times I'll kind of put it this simply. The difference for me, you guys, between going inside out and inside in will be if I picked up on the fact that Mark really kind of is playing to cover the out ball. That's when I'll pull the trigger on the inside in. If I don't think he's shaded very much, I'll go to the inside out option, okay? So with that being said, it's inside in day. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of these swings. Here we go. All right, so 3 options there, you guys, or excuse me, 3 swings. I wouldn't say any one of those 3 is going to be a flat out clean winner, but like I said, they might be in the instance that I saw Mark shading over a little bit too far to cover that inside out ball. So those are just a couple points of interest on the inside in. Not the shot I would say go out and hit 100 of in your matches, but like I always talk about, having a repertoire, having options. Make sure to keep your opponent guessing by not using the same shots over and over. I'd love to see you guys running around more backhands to hit forehands. And the best way to keep the opponent guessing is to make sure you mix up your targets. So go out and practice that inside in forehand. I think you guys will have a lot of fun with it. Hope that was super helpful. Please click like below this video. And if you guys happen to be watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.